So hi, good evening. In this video, we are going to discuss about geopolitics of Arctic Ocean with the new Trump era and the Trump's statement about Greenland, which is kind of controversial. His plan, or his rather supposed plan to take over Greenland, has sparked debate about geopolitics of Arctic Ocean. So, what is it all about? And we are going to discuss it. So, before, let us understand geography of Arctic Ocean. So, this is the Arctic Circle. So basically, Arctic Circle is something that lies above the 66.5 degree north uh, latitude line. Okay, so let us see what seas are part of Arctic Ocean. So this is Greenland. Fine. This is the Ellesmere Island. This is the territory of Canada. Please remember these islands and these territories. This is the Baffin Bay. Okay. This is Beaufort Sea. This one is Chukchi Sea. This is East Siberian Sea. This is Laptev Sea. This is Kara Sea. And this is Barents Sea. This one is White Sea. These seas are important. This is Gulf of Finland. I hope you know about these locations. And this is Norwegian Sea. So all of these seas are part of Arctic Ocean. And before coming into this topic, I really want you to understand Arctic is an ocean and not a continent. So there is no land mass here. Okay, and this is important. Just a minute. This is important. This is Svalbard Island. This is the territory of Norway. Okay, and this Greenland is an autonomous territory of Denmark. So if we have to count number of Arctic rim countries, so Denmark is there, Iceland is there, Norway is there, Sweden is there, Finland is there, Russia is there, Alaska, which is the territory of US, so USA is also there, and this whole region is the Canadian region. So Canada is also an Arctic rim country. Okay, Ellesmere Island is the territory of Canada. So why am I telling you the territory and the seas? Because it is important to understand under a treaty UN clause, every country has an exclusive economic zone of 200 nautical miles. I hope we all know this. So if I have to point out the exclusive economic zone, so this entire region is Russia. Okay, this much region is Norwegian. Then we have Finland, Sweden. A good amount of region is Canadian. And we also have Denmark here because foreign affairs of Greenland is held by Denmark. Rest of the domestic issues are handled by Greenland's parliament, but when it comes to foreign affairs, Denmark has a key say in it, and very less of exclusive economic zone in Arctic is given to USA. So problem is not this one. The issue begins, as you can see in this picture. Issue begins with melting up of North Pole or Arctic Ocean. So Arctic Ocean, and this map you can see, since 1980, the entire region was quite frozen, right? But in 2020, you can see the ice cover has been shrinking, right? So what does it imply? So it has a very important geopolitical significance. You can see this is Russian water. Okay, so this is like the Chukchi Sea or the East Siberian Sea. So these are all coast. Okay, so Russia is developing naval bases here. Earlier, these regions were very much frozen, so the scope of having a naval base here was very much limited. But with global warming and rising global temperature, the Arctic Ocean is melting. Okay, because of which there are new sea routes. There are new sea routes which are emerging. Okay, and now Russia is using its influence, or rather, I should say, a bigger share in exclusive economic zone. So this influence Russia is now using in Arctic Ocean to have a better connectivity with rest of the world, right? So because now this Arctic Ocean is melting, so even every country now wants to have their own fair share in the new sea routes. Okay, despite the fact that it is harmful for entire world, these countries, or rather I should say Arctic rim countries, are busy fighting geopolitically with each other to get their own share of benefit here. So and this is Svalbard. Most of the countries have their Arctic bases here. They don't go beyond it. And geologically, this region has the magnetic North Pole. Okay, and this entire region is Canadian, right? So USA expects to have its own fair share in this um, new theater, that we can say. So the only soft target that US is looking or eyeing is Greenland. Okay, why? Because Greenland is an autonomous territory. Number one, okay, not many population, not populated, very sparse population lives here. Okay, and it is the part of Denmark, which is a NATO ally. So US think they have an influence on Denmark. The Greenland is not very populated, so they can really have Greenland without much of a fuss. And Greenland also enjoys autonomy. They are also ready to give them autonomy. So getting this biggest island on Earth will not be an issue. But here comes the catch. In 30s era, just a minute. So US influence in Denmark is not new. So during World War II, actually Denmark has been controlling Greenland since 18th century. And during World War II, Denmark fell to Nazi Germany, because of which US got a direct control of Greenland. Okay, till World War II. So at that time, Russia and US were allies. Russia and US were allies, because of which there was not much of an issue. But now, geopolitics of this entire world has changed. Polarity has changed, and the same US and Russia are now no more on same front, which is why this is now a new theater of geopolitics. Now let us understand what is Indian position here in all of this. So as we all know, India is not a country which is a part of Arctic Ocean, but India do have a presence here. Okay, we have Indian Arctic base in Svalbard. Okay, so India's position is that Arctic on the lines of Antarctic should be declared global common. Okay, because as I mentioned before, Arctic does not have any landmass, so it is not a continent, and hence it is not yet declared as a global common. So Indian position is that Arctic, like Antarctica, should be declared a global common. Also, it should be a mutual responsibility. It should be a mutual it should be a mutual responsibility of every country to protect Arctic melting or to protect Arctic Ocean from melting, which ultimately causes sea level rises, which is threatening for island nations in Oceania. So this is all about geopolitics of Arctic. In case you have any question, you are free to ask. Thank you.